Good morning. Yes, I will give you your update, and I will explain why this is happening, because no one's really telling you why this is happening. It's kind of pissing me off that they're all just kind of glossing over this part. It's rather important. Also, I'm going to talk about delinquency rate because I am sick and tired of the bullshit. The good news is you won't have to worry because pretty soon the entire global economy is going to go to shit. Let me start with the delinquency rate. I want to throat punch everyone who writes an article about how the delinquency rate is high. We're at 0.28%. Yeah, it's double from its historic, never before seen low. That's the US, 1.85%. It's 6 times worse in the US than it is in Canada. They're defaulting on their mortgages at 6 times the rate. Shit's bad in the US. Keep that in mind for the next segment. That's the numbers in Canada. 0.28. Okay, BC's 0.25, Alberta 0.27, Ontario 0.30, Quebec 0.19. Yes, at 0.28, we are twice as bad as it was back here in 2022. That's ridiculous. That's almost zero. The real context is recent history. There's 2014, we're at 0.28. 2015, 0.29. 0.27, back to 0.28. You get the idea, right? That line there is 1. That's 1% right there. The worst it's ever been in Canada is back here. 0.5%. Yeah, it's going up. Yeah, it's not good. But it's not that bad either. Other countries would kill to have our default rate. But that's not the problem. The flashing red bond market is the thread that may unravel the entire world economy. Yeah, no shit. For real. It's bad. It's real bad. It's super, super bad. The bond yields are climbing. Okay? That's bad. That's not a good thing. The price of oil is climbing. That's bad. Not a good thing. We all understand why. But the stock market is also climbing. Those 3 things don't go together. One of them is wrong. Take a wild guess which one's wrong. Let me explain something. The entire US stock market is being held up by a giant debt bubble at the moment, all right? I love the harsh on Tesla because it's a 400-to-1 profit to earning ratio, okay? So it would have to earn its current revenue for 400 years to support its current stock price. Like, what if I told you that my net worth was 400 years of income? Would I be full of shit? Absolutely. That full of shit scenario that Tesla has, they're using that to borrow money to pump into all the rest of Tesla stuff. And it's not just Tesla, it's all of them. They use these bullshit valuations, they borrow money, they pump it into another stock, which creates more bullshit valuations, and it's just a vicious cycle. It's foam. It's nothing. As they say in The Wolf of Wall Street, it's a fugazi. It's fairy dust. It ain't real. All it takes is a little something to go sideways, and it's all gonna go to shit. Oh, and sideways it is going. US launches new strike on Iran as talks stall. Oh, they're precautionary strikes. It's like when you're playing hockey and you see that one dude you don't like, so you go and you whack him in the face, and you go to the referee and say, it was a precautionary strike. One of the things they are trying to do is to get all the Arab states to join the Abraham Accords. What are the Abraham Accords? They're the agreement that says you're not going to attack a certain country. You know that country. And why would they want to attack that country? Well, because that country wants to become a larger country. And as I've said in the past, coincidentally, the UAE is not inside the borders of the country that country wants to become. So they don't give a shit. I started this video with Frankie Goes to Hollywood because back in the 80s, we had this idea of mutually assured destruction, right? Like, if the US had nukes and Russia had nukes, they would never use the nukes. Because if one side fired, the other side could fire before the first nukes ever landed. So both countries would be destroyed. They have nukes, they do not. Do you see the problem? That's why they are trying to stop them from having nukes. Here's what you need to know. According to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Act of 1978, the United States cannot help another country who has not signed on to this agreement. They have not signed on to that agreement. So they should not be receiving any aid from the United States because it's illegal. They have not admitted to having these things, but we all know they have them. If it's illegal, why is the US helping them? That's why. Oh, that's a hoax. Anyway, time is running out because people know about this now. And all the breadcrumbs lead back to this, which is why they're rushing. AJ, you're such a conspiracy theorist. Why would the Gulf countries help them? That's a chart of the break-even point that these countries need to support their governments. $70 a barrel. Below $70 a barrel, those countries right there are effed. So this war is rather convenient for them. That's why they're helping. And the worst negotiator in the world is in charge of the negotiations. How do you feel about this now?